Hello everyone. Before we start this little interview, I have a couple of disclaimers for you all. So this is my first time like recording something like that. So my audio was a bit too quiet compared to Sears, but his audio is fine. So that's what matters. And also a couple of times during the interview, I accidentally recorded some Discord pings. So you're not going crazy if you hear a Discord ping going off. It's not you, it's the video. I have a little visuals to indicate that. Hopefully, it won't disturb you guys as much. It happens only a couple of times. So yeah, let's get on into the show. Souls like enthusiast, brilliant artist, and a great friend of the whole Frenzy team. Please welcome Artist of Seer. So, Seer, how's it going?
I am surviving somehow. It's a miracle.
That's how it goes. So tell us a bit about yourself.
Hello, I am Seer. I have long-standing workshop creator, have been in the scene for the past 5 years at this point, and I'm character animation specialist who is who really enjoys doing pixel art animation. That's my jam, and it always has been.
Nice. And you're a killer at pixel art. It's insane. The name and artist of Seer. Is there any? I always wonder about that.
Mhm. It really isn't that complicated. I have an original character named Seer, who's kind of set up as the main central protagonist of the a couple of storylines that I have not really written down. It's more so just plotted out ideas, but he's a central figure in all of them.
Mm.
So yeah, I am the artist of my main character.
Oh,
That's why I named them as such.
that's
The
very cool.
my icon on Discord is actually Seer, by the
Mm.
way. Like that is actually him. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm wondering
Yep.
where's this Seer in workshop? You know.
I don't have a clear idea for how I'd make him work while being interesting is the problem.
Makes sense. Maybe a buddy at some point, right?
Maybe. Could be funny.
Yeah.
Have I've made sprites based off of most of the protagonist characters in the various original storylines I've cooked up.
That's cool.
Danyaku is one of them, for context.
Okay. These stories you talk about, are they like, you say you didn't write them down? Were they like for RPGs, tabletops, or stuff like that?
More so just original stories for whatever. I kind of just think through these as I make characters and kind of try to write stories around them. Mostly loose, nothing super formed out beyond here are some major ideas for story set pieces more than anything.
Got it.
Haven't fully considered anything though.
Still, that's super cool. And on the topic of
Yeah.
Donnie, right? Donnie Uncle. You made him
Yeah.
all the way back in 2021. So, like I said, almost 5 years at this point. Uh,
Yeah.
how did you first discover Workshop, right?
So I had been playing Rivals of Aether on and off for years at that point. My first exposure to Rivals was all the way back when Edalus was first announced and added to the game.
Hmm.
So I've been playing the game on and off continuously from then, but had mostly fallen off until Workshop had come out. I wasn't initially interested, but then I found some videos on particular characters, and the big one was Arkan. Arkan ended up being the first character that made me go, "Whoa, this is really good. What the hell?
That's really cool.
I should look into this." And then a few months later was Michaelich, who ended up at the time being my absolute favorite character. And after he came out, I was like, okay, I feel like this is a sick as hell space. I should really make something of my own. And then after debating on a lot of ideas, Danyaku was the character I eventually settled on, as he was a recent character design, a character I had made up very recently at the time, like
Gotcha. That's
set up as
yeah.
a protagonist figure in the particular story that he's a part of.
So, Donnie, he's not a Rivals OC then, in that case.
No, but in the story he's set up for, he and his daughter, Delta, end up getting stuck in the Rivals universe on complete happenstance. Donnie's stuck in the modern present time where Zetter, Raster, and all the other characters are, and Delta gets stuck in Claren's future.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. So this Delta, she's not a character, right?
She's one I've had planned for a while, but I haven't committed to her. She's girl with a hoodie who utilizes unique magical lightning and flames as her main elemental affinity.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Oh.
Like a wizard character, right? You know
Yeah.
about that.
Kinda. She's more of a speedy, like almost assassin-esque in terms of how she fights, but she does utilize magic alongside that. Her design is very much reserved and calm, but very much like kind of characterized as being more robotic than she's a bit more of a robotic person, not really able to express herself after certain events in her story kind of leave her stunted in terms of development.
Now you send me here the GIF for her and Donnie. This is a new sprite for Donnie, right?
Yeah, I made it a while ago, but yeah, at some point I'm planning on doing a definitive edition update for Donnie, giving him a new coat of paint and a new playstyle that really fits along with him.
Yeah, I do like his current playstyle, right? With the ink. I don't know if it's ink that he throws on the ground.
It's gold. So Donnie explicitly has been basically cursed to bleed gold continuously. So all the paints, that's blood. That's his blood. He is bleeding constantly. Please help.
Damn. So you have a lot of characters who bleed out, right? There's Donnie, there's Void, the Pale Blood Hunter.
Yeah.
Think about it.
There's Ingram, technically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
It's a theme. I enjoy blood elemental stuff quite a bit.
It's cool, yeah. I like it too.
Yeah.
So aside from characters, you also made a couple of stages, right? But a lot fewer in comparison. So do you like not? I don't want to say you don't enjoy it, but do you prefer making characters instead of stages, or is the
Definitely. It's I'm much more comfortable working on characters, to be honest. Environmental stuff I can do, but I'm definitely not as comfortable with it, and it takes me a lot longer to make stages in practice. Like, it will always take me a couple days, if not weeks, of continuous work on them. Part of it as well is I also end up wanting to be mildly ambitious with the visuals because I want, just because I can.
Yeah.
Which was a pain in the ass on some of them. Vokna stage.
I can imagine that. Your stages, they look amazing. I really love them both.
Yeah, I'm happy with them when I'm done with them, but oh my lord, they are very painful to make.
On the topic of making mods, right? You mentioned that making stages takes a longer time, like a couple of weeks, compared to making characters, which you are very famous for making characters, extremely well-made characters in a short amount of time. What's your secret?
Yeah. Well, part of it is I have nothing else better to do with my life a lot of the time. But a big part of it is kind of focusing on just trying to bulk out as many animations as possible, generally with a focus on like keeping things quick and concise. I have some tricks I tend to do with my animations to make my process easier, such as reusing heads and limbs wherever possible between animations. A funny example of that was Usal, who only has reuses the same head sprite across most of his moveset, which is sneaky and you don't normally notice it, but it is present. And yeah, a lot of it just comes down to knowing where to reuse frames and having a stable process that I'm able to keep going with. Outside of that, it's just practice and just keeping it up.
Nah, I remember when I tried to animate it, reusing assets, reusing sprites was my favorite thing. I love doing that.
Yeah, to some capacity, it is it can be a crutch. Don't get me wrong. You do need to be careful with how you use it, and making new stuff, new frames is a good generally good idea. But like, if it can help speed up the process a little bit, I'd say use it in moderation to make things work as best as you can.
Yeah, that topic. How did you learn to animate?
Um, so I've been taking animation classes over the years. I During high school I took some animation classes that admittedly didn't really teach me all that much, unfortunately, but afterwards I ended up going to college to work as an animator in the games industry. And after a year, like within a year, I had already started making my first character on Workshop. So
Mm,
definitely got some really good experience out of that,
I see.
out of those classes and such.
And you mentioned you
Mhm.
prefer to draw in pixel art, right? But you have experience
Yeah,
animating outside of.
yeah, I do. I've done animation in. I've done 3D animation for classes in college. In particular, We had a game projects course where we essentially got into big groups and worked on games together. And for the later games project class, I was the lead animator on the main character. Like I did all of her animations and was very satisfied with how those all turned out.
So about your characters, the ones you made for workshop, what are uh, which one is would you say is your favorite, or a couple of your favorites?
Um, okay, so in terms of some of my absolute favorites I have personally done, I think a big one to immediately start with would be, well, honestly, one of my older workshop characters that I'm most happy with. Yeah, one of my favorite ones from older would be Electrode. He ended up being a very fun, basically departure from the two characters I had made previously, where they were both zoning focused. He is explicitly a rush down glass cannon, get in your face and cause problems character. He's got some of my favorite, and the way his gimmicks ended up working out are genuinely some of my favorites. You like in particular setting up his Voltorb and using your down special to magnetize yourself to it, or use your up special to dash to it, as well as the whole charging your F special to gain access to enhanced strong attacks and just general improved attributes is really damn fun. He's a really satisfying character. Also gave me a very big motivation boost after getting very high in the contest he was made for.
Yeah, no, you were
Um,
one spot in front of me. From the
yeah,
lot.
yeah, true. It
Yeah,
was Jirachi,
please.
Electrode, and Blaziken as the top three. I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah. Another one that I have always been happy with was Kodil, that the big eldritch horror monster. His gameplay style ended up being a really fun, just massive pile of references to a bunch of different monster characters I love in different games.
Hmm.
And he, in general, just has such a terrifying, aggressive vibe that is really conveyed. If he gets his game plan going and gets the hits that he needs, you get annihilated. He is
Yeah.
one of, if not the most explosive character I have released to date.
No,
Because, oh dear lord.
he's super cool. Like the animations are as well. I love the dashing animation, right? So scary.
Yeah, yeah, that one was fun to make. Tried my best to make every animation as wild as possible. Admittedly, it does run into some clarity issues, definitely. That's just the curse of a character who's effectively a big silhouette.
I do really like his cute shoes. They're very cute for such a monster character. The shoes.
Yeah, that's a corpse.
Oh,
I'm sorry to say. That is a corpse under there. Those shoes are some poor kid at 8.
oh, so that's why they're cute. Okay, they belong to a kid.
Yeah, that's also why they're just limply hanging around on most of the attacks and not actually doing anything. Yeah. I ended up yeah, it was made for the Reaper's Warning setting that Spider Boy and Otaku had been cooking up at the time. I have given I ended up giving him the fucking I ended up giving Spider the rights to do whatever the hell he wanted with them in terms of the story, and he made a very cool alternate take on the design that is more canon to that particular universe.
Oh,
That
that's
genuinely I kind of wish I makes me almost tempted to do a Kodal 2 just to make that design into a full character because oh my lord, it's so cool.
Damn, that's sick. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
As for some another one that I'm very proud of and happy with is Vokna, the character I made for the Rivals 2 character contest.
Oh yeah.
He is genuinely a character I've wanted to make for years effectively. Like I've wanted to do a Ridley-esque character in Rivals since I started making characters. Initially, one of my planned characters I was working on, considering for my first character, was a knight who would play like Ridley, but that ended up not happening for obvious reasons. I went with Donnie instead. But Wagner is a very fun alternate take on Ridley that plays more into that mid-range angle that Ridley's strong at,
Yeah.
playing more as a trapper zoner type, and really tricky but also powerful was the vibe that Delta and I were aiming for on him, and I say we did a good job on that.
Really gave us a lot of great characters. It was so cool.
Absolutely, it admittedly is a little hit or miss. There are definitely some characters that are like,
Yeah.
why? But a very good chunk of them, I can say with confidence, are really freaking cool.
For sure. Yeah. He brought a lot of cool new creators as well. That was awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Lots of fun people came out of the woodworks. Admittedly, though, I do wish some of them stuck around more.
Yes. Aside from favorite characters, I know you mentioned Donnie that you would like to make a definitive edition, but are there any other
Mhm.
characters that you're like, maybe I could have done them a bit better if we had another chance?
Hmm. I mean, the first one that immediately comes to mind in that category, honestly, is Wispy Woods. I kind of was put onto that project kind of last minute and ended up hard carrying that character into being a real thing, but
Yeah, I remember that.
the cracks do show on that character. He admittedly is a little bit of a hodgepodge to some capacity, and it's pretty easy to tell that there was multiple coders involved on one character.
Yeah.
Like none of the specials really synergize all that well or are very good, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. That godforsaken forward air.
It's
Big.
like a Kratos style move. It's crazy.
Yeah. Um here's another one. Trying to think if there's another one that I really I mean, another one would be a Souls protagonist just in general. I like how Chosen Undead and Pale Blood Hunter came out.
Mhm.
We did a really good job with them, but it really just comes down to I want to try doing some more stuff
Yeah.
like that. Really want to try actually pulling off that character concept idea again and really exploring other Souls games and their more unique aspects at
Okay,
some
so
point.
we'll have more chances to do that. I'll assure you.
Yeah.
A little frenzy teaser, if I may add. Let's reward the people who are watching here.
Maybe.
We also have a lot of characters you plan out, but they were canceled or like in development hell, I should say. Could you go into more detail about some of those?
Okay. So in terms of ones that have just been outright canceled, there's really only been 4 of them at this point. Like I haven't made that many characters that I didn't fully commit to.
Hmm.
Those 4 ended up being like out of those 4, probably the big one is Hosha, who was a character I was planning as my first Rivals Universe OC. It's big robot clam, essentially, who would have been a giant heavyweight zoner, like
Sounds
big
insane to
buttons.
be one of your first projects, a character that well
Yeah,
animated.
yeah, definitely. Basically, I was aiming for him to be essentially Rob, but bigger. Like he's got big buttons. He's has lots of coverage. He's got tricky shenanigans at range to play with. And in general, he's meant to just be big and powerful. He's kind of designed around the vibe that I always felt with Rob, where he's the slower character but very potent, essentially.
Makes sense. Yeah. No, I still want to make see them be a reality at some point. They're so cool.
Yeah.
So, for not to spoil anything, but there are any character ideas or archetypes you would like to visit at some point, try making?
Yeah, so one of the big sets of characters I have planned in the future is the Four Scoundrels. These are four Rivals Universe OCs that would basically be exploring different archetypes I've wanted to do for a long while now. Some of the big one on that list, you have Tajini, a lightning wielding monkey who effectively would be the mid ranger kind of character.
Hmm.
She's like utilizing a moveset that's kind of just a combination of strong mid-range shenanigans and also very tricky like committal but very strong mobility options that allow her to be difficult to pin down. You have Astuto, who'd be a kind of jack of all trades type, but with a gimmick centered around basically equipping different items to yourself in the form of fruits that you can then use to cash out as different attacks
Hmm.
based off of Platinum the Trinity from Blaze Blue. So you'd have stuff like you have some melee attacks in there, you have some movement tools, you have a couple different variants and projectiles, stuff like that. And then there's Flotsam, who would be basically the grappler. He's the big boy. He wants to get in and maul you to death with
He's one of my
grabs.
favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very happy with how his design came out. He's so fucking cool. And he'd likely have a gimmick focused around spreading mud, which would enhance the properties on his grabs, as long as you just keep going and going and going, as long as you got mud on the field.
Nice.
And finally is Quasimodo the Fly. He would be an aerial zoning oriented character with a gimmick idea I have mulled around with for a couple years now of
Hmm.
basically setting up damage over time effects on the field, which he could then detonate utilizing
Interesting.
other projectiles and other attacks. So like you'd spread poisonous gas with certain attacks, and then he could like toss a lit like a cigarette at it to cause it to detonate on the spot.
Nice. They actually remind
Yeah.
me a bit of MODOK from Marvel's Capcom.
Yeah, definitely. Modok's another character there's definitely a lot of fighting game characters that I also look at and go, I'd be so down to make something like this.
Hmm.
Modok's one. Yeah, Modok's definitely one. There's also fucking good lord, there are too many. I have made a lot of there are definitely a lot of fighting game characters I have mulled over in the past.
Oh no, that's the curse for us workshop creators. Whenever I play a new
Yeah.
game, I'm like, oh man, imagine this guy in Rivals. For other workshop things, right, not related to your mods, what would you say
Mhm.
is your workshop main?
I don't really have one stable main. I kind of just play whatever I feel like
Hmm.
at the time. A lot of that is me playtesting my own characters because admittedly I can't play online very much.
Yeah.
In terms of characters I could say are mains though, really the only ones that really I feel like fit that description would be Marty, that the tambourine snake that Delta and JH made for the Black Music Jam. I really like his well-rounded playstyle focused on big buttons and equipping notes that you can then spend on using different enhancements or projectiles.
Hmm.
It's a really fun concept for how he works, and I just love a lot of the aesthetic and love the feel of all of his tools.
Yeah, for sure. Super fun character. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
one of my favorites from that gem. I remember.
yeah. That was a very yeah. I was very keenly paying attention to that jam while it was happening.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I pay attention to all jams as they go on. Admittedly, though.
Actually, okay, on
Yeah,
that topic, I don't have this question right here written down, but it's a good question. What is
yeah.
a gem you would like to see at some point?
Um, admittedly, I'm mostly fine doing whatever kind of jam. To be honest, like I feel like I'm usually down to just jump in on whatever jam concept comes up. Though I do hope we get more jams that are more broad in their ideas. Like I really wish we got something like the 8 jam that just focused on one prompt again. We haven't really had one since I mean, there's horror jam, but there's also
Yeah,
unorthodox jam. There's really only two that are just here's a prompt, go nuts. We've gotten,
that's a good
and the
point.
Black History Month jams too. Those ones also count. But like, yeah, I'd love to see more of that. Also, just jams. Admittedly, the big thing for me in jams is can I make a character for it? If yes, then I'm down.
Yeah, makes sense. Like the 1 month deadline is also super cool since you get a
Yeah,
lot of characters in a single month.
abs-
That's awesome.
yeah, absolutely. That's always some of the most fun times.
I'm just waiting for the Marvel vs. Capcom GM at some point.
True. We need more Marvel characters and Capcom characters. Actually, we just need Marvel characters in general. Dear Lord, there are none. There
Yeah,
are no good Marvel characters.
that's true. We got a Batman, but he's DC, right? But proper
Yeah,
Marvel characters don't have any.
yeah. Like there have been some made in the past, but they're all kind of eh.
Yeah. Maybe at some point we can try doing that. Friends spin-off.
Maybe
Who knows?
could be fun.
So from your own characters, who do you like to play the most?
Um, from my own characters, it kind of just depends on the feel of the time. Like a lot of the time, I play more recent characters that I make, but
Mhm.
of the ones that I have made, the ones I most frequently come back to are probably like it's probably I'd say the ones I've come back to the most recently would be Ingram, Funky Kong, and Suwako. Those three I've really, really enjoyed picking up and playing again. I also enjoy dabbling with Pale Blood, Kodal, Ganondorf, and Kerbo a lot too.
Yeah, they're all super. They are all super fun. Yeah, characters in workshop. Some of your favorites, if you could highlight them for us.
Yeah, definitely. So the big ones I can immediately point out as being some of my favorites, outside of the already mentioned Marty,
Yeah.
um, I'm just gonna point out four real quick. First off is Gengar. Gengar is one of my absolute favorites. Both, like he's just such a interesting character, being
Yeah.
the most not the most extreme floaty we've gotten. That would be Cosmonaut, but he's super floaty. Got a very unique feel to how he moves around the screen. Has very fun normals that really lean themselves to some fun combos. Like he feels like what happens if you made Mewtwo even more of a floaty character, and I feel
Yeah,
like
for
that's
sure.
just a vibe that I love a lot. Yeah. Then another one I really, really loved would be Missing No. Missing No is just what the hell, man?
Yeah.
For Town, why are you built like this? This character is the character that has made me hit just yell out, that's a thing, more than any other character on Workshop. Everything this screwball does is super unique and is just such a wild, unusual character that does not play by any standard conventions, and it's
Yeah,
so cool.
they are super fun indeed. Yeah.
Yeah. Then next, if I want a character that's another character I particularly really love and always come back to is Employee, made by JH.
Mm.
He's just fucking quirky as hell, and I love the playstyle. The focus around like building yourself up and getting yourself stronger is really damn interesting.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And I love the feel of a lot of his attacks. Like all the attacks that utilize the sign are so fun to just hit things with.
Yeah, no,
It's a
super
great
fun.
time.
Yeah. I also love the
Yeah.
backyard shotgun. I always love a backyard
Yeah, that one's also really fun. Yeah, I feel like the archetype of characters that kind of snowball their way into becoming terrifying is one that I am particularly fond of. Yeah. And one final character I'd want to note is Desperado, who is my personal favorite character from the Rivals 2 contest, outside of the one I made myself.
shotgun.
He's just really in like another floaty zoner style character with really fun normals, very satisfying sound design, a gimmick that feels really fun to engage with properly. Like I really love basically everything about this freaking skeleton.
Yeah, no, they're super fun. Again, another character that Revolver, which I love whenever we have that.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like his revolver ends up feeling like one of the most satisfying to really play around. Admittedly, really, really powerful to play around because, oh dear lord, you get the laser cannon. But still,
Yeah, covering the screen with projectiles. Just gonna say, so aside from favorite characters, which one would you say is the most underrated workshop character in your opinion? One of the most underrated.
hmm. I'm this is admittedly a question I'm not fully sure on. There are a lot of there are so many goddamn characters in the workshop space, to be blunt. And I like a lot of them. I'm not sure which ones I could speak on off the top of my head of being super underrated. Just off the bat. Trying to think. Trying to think of that one, sorry.
No, no, don't worry. The fact that you remember so much already is crazy.
Yeah,
We have so
definitely.
many amazing characters to remember from the top of our.
Who's one I could talk about?
If you want, you can move on to another question, then go back to this one.
Fair enough.
All right, so another one. Hopefully, this one won't be as hard to remember. But to be more specific, what are some of your favorite attacks in Rivals Workshop?
Hmm. Another moderately hard one, but I do have a couple off the top of my head that I really love. One archetype of attack, just in general, I've always loved is grounded attacks that leave you airborne that you can then fast fall,
Oh
that you
yeah,
can then hit fall to continue extended offense.
I love
That
that
one,
as well.
that's just an archetype I always love playing with. Granite, like Gengar dash attack falls into that. There's Tauren up tilt is one that I've always really liked. Luminance dash attack is designed like that and is incredibly evil because of it. Yeah, like anytime I see those types of moves, I always get very, very excited and have a really fun time.
I really love
Yeah,
whenever I have an excuse to put one of those moves in a move set.
yeah,
Like Soma's up tilt has that. It's so good.
yeah, definitely. Um, Another one that I can say off the top of my head that I really like is actually another one I really like was freaking Gaelga's Nair. A kind of it's a body splash that you have a secondary input that lets you turn it into a stall fall effectively, lets you dive immediately, which is really fun to play with. Gives them a lot of added flexibility on offense.
I don't think I remember that. What
Yeah,
is it called?
he Gaelga. It's made by Shrug. He's honest. If you want to pick on a character that I could say is underrated, Gaelga. There you go. I'm kidding. Yeah, basically one. He's the character he made. It's the character Shrug made after he made Torga. For context, he's another turtle who utilizes steam as his main element, and his main gimmicks involve, yeah, fast movement, good burst tools, playing around a steam meter that gives him access to different enhanced moves, and also just straight up Guilty Gear styled Roman cancels. Because why not?
Why not?
It's really fun to play him. He's fast paced and frenetic, very overpowered. Dear Lord, this character's crazy, but like I love him. I love him so much.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm talking about. Like, here's another character which I forgot the name, right? But now I see them, I
Yeah,
remember who they are.
yeah,
Oh, it's
absolutely.
crazy. It's crazy. The fact you have
Yeah,
so
there's
many
so
characters and
much. Over 1,000 characters at this point.
yeah,
Well over.
and most of them are super high quality. It's insane.
Yeah, absolutely. I love how much effort and energy people put into this stuff. It always excites me whenever I see something new because I know the people involved putting in a ton of effort to get them working the way that they did.
For sure. And it's all like for free, right? For the community. We're not paying for this.
Yeah.
And almost anyone is getting any income out of this. All for the love of
Yeah.
the game, right?
Outside
What we
of
love.
people doing commissions, and even then, people doing commissions tend to not get the pay that they probably deserve. I would know. I have gotten underpaid on almost every commission I've done. Pain.
That's how it goes. Because man, making you think it's easy making a character like this? Oh man, You have no idea.
Nope, not at all. To get back
So,
to the topic of favorite moves on Workshop, by the way, to give one final one,
mhm.
I might as well shout out my single favorite Upstrong on any Workshop character, which is NA.
Oh,
NA is another one of my absolute favorite characters, has and was kind of my main for the longest time, and his Upstrong is such a big part in that. That move is crazy.
and they so awesome. Yeah, I love them so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, easily one of the highest quality characters released from the time that character came out. Admittedly, part of the reason that move holds a special place in my heart, though, is because his Dacus is really good. Doing dash attack cancel up smash with him sends him really far, and at one point, like when the character came out, it used to send him across half the stage.
Oh man.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and they came out in September 2020. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's shocking how old he is for how good he is, all things considered.
It's Hugh Pony, I'm telling you. She's another great
Yep,
creator.
you.
Move off from characters for a short while. So about favorite workshop stages, in your opinion.
Yeah, definitely have a few I can point out. So, a big one right off the bat, I'm going to shout out Ghostavo with Pokemon World Tournament. That
Oh, I
is
love that stage.
absolutely my favorite stage in terms of the sheer amount of nonsense that is going on with it. Oh my lord. Like, as a normal stage, the whole the stage switching between between a giant list of variants based on what Pokemon shows up on the screen is really fun. It's admittedly really evil. Some of the layouts are absolutely cursed, but yeah, it's a beautiful stage. Really fun and engaging to play on. Really exciting.
I don't know how
I've,
he was able to make like 20 plus different layouts. I can barely
yeah,
make
like
like five.
yeah. Another one I've always really liked is Winner's Quarters. That is a stage that was made for it was a stage that Inner Otaku had
Mhm. Okay.
commissioned a while back. Basically, it's just a gorgeous stage to me. A city under with rushing waves under a sunset. It's just such a good aesthetic.
The
Such a good
cast
aesthetic
at the
that
time as
I've
well.
always yeah, like I've always loved that stage aesthetically.
Yeah.
Up there's one of my favorites. Um, one more, yeah. There's also plenty of other stages I've always liked. The abandoned site, which is Mimikyu's stage, I've really
Oh
liked.
yeah, that one looks
That
great.
stage is yeah, very fun, haunted vibe that really I've always enjoyed the aesthetic of. The other more recent stage that Rega has released, that being Ambrosia Sewers, is also really great. That one has a really fun aesthetic. Like, for me, a lot of the time, the stages, if I like them or not, come down to aesthetics more than anything. Like, Swampy Estuary 2, there's that, there's freaking. Yeah, Swampy Estuary 2, there's Green Path made by Atox. Aurum Sanctuary, which was Badra's stage, is really good. The Sanguine Fowl is a really fun one. That was Blackbeak's stage.
Oh yeah, I use that stage all the time in my trailers.
Yeah. Yeah, I used it very recently in Chum's trailer. That one was really fun. Those were some really fun shots to record, man.
Making trailers is really fun, I'll tell you.
Yeah, definitely. Hmm, yeah. Like, there are plenty of stages I like on Workshop, definitely.
For sure.
Though, admittedly, I don't tend to play on them very much. It's really easy for me to just forget.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
blame you. I do that as well.
yeah,
Whenever I'm play
yeah.
testing, I just use in the training room.
Yeah. As for one I should shout out, I really need to shout out Rivals of Rogue Man. That
Oh
is
yeah,
probably the workshop mod of the year.
no, for sure. That's
That
insane. They
yeah.
were able to accomplish
Dino
that.
and T Dude had been working on it for a year, and it shows. That stage is really fun.
Sakurai stole this idea for the next Smash game.
True.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, the sheer craziness of that mod gets really funny really fast, especially, and it just snowballs into the point of absurdity after a while. I have seen so many matches of just pure and utter chaos by the end of a Rivals of Rogue match.
Yeah, no,
Great.
it's insane. Something else I love about that stage, that mode, is it feels like a huge tribute to Workshop as a whole, right? Because there's so many
Yeah,
characters referenced in there. So it's very fun to, whenever you play it, like, oh, I remember that character. Oh, I remember this one. It's very fun.
yeah,
So here's
definitely.
another question that I'm gonna judge you a little bit on this one. This one's a bit personal. What is your favorite Frenzy character aside from the ones you made?
Um, so the immediate one I'm gonna go to is Soma. Soma's just really damn solid. Fun moveset, really interesting gameplay mechanics that like feel appropriate for the game that he's a part of, from my understanding. Admittedly, I've never played most of the Castlevania games, but I do like how he translated pretty comfortably. Yeah, he's definitely up there as my. He's probably my absolute favorite of the mods you guys have that the Final Frenzy crew have put out so far.
Yeah.
I genuinely love him.
No,
You did a great job.
Soma has rice normals, rice game feel. So of course it's good.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah, Rice makes really good mods.
no, he really does.
Out yeah, outside of them, I'd probably say my second favorite. If I had to give a second favorite, I'd probably say it's Apollo. Apollo is also really dang fun.
Yeah,
A interestingly different take on the character.
it really is. Yeah, we had a lot of fun making Apollo and Edgeworth at the time to differentiate from Phoenix Wright.
Yeah,
And again, Robo, also another great creator.
yeah. The most non-retired person on Workshop. Just kidding. That's actively incorrect. That would be Huponia.
Yeah. We all, there are so many people who are gonna retire from workshop and they never do. I'm one of those,
Yeah,
to be honest.
yeah.
The never
How is
ending Final Frenzy.
welcome to Final Fantasy? Wait, I meant Frenzy. Fuck.
Yeah. So you mentioned Castlevania. You gotta play Castlevania, man.
I really should at some point. I haven't ever gotten around to playing any of those games.
You've played Hollow Knight Silk Song, so it's the next step.
Yeah, played do genuinely enjoy Metroidvanias quite a bit.
And of
So
course,
it's just a
you
case
can
of
have even more Castlevania characters in Frenzy once you play the series.
oh no.
That's the plan, baby.
Oh boy. I don't know if we need more than what is coming.
Oh, we need it. It took 5 years to get Castlevania characters. We're gonna make the time for the last time.
True. True. Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, okay, Sir, before we move on to our couple of other questions, I have a little game for you, a talk show game.
Yeah. Oh no.
This one is, I don't have the name yet, but it's gonna be something like guess the silhouette.
Oh
So
no.
I'm gonna show you
Oh
the
god.
silhouette for one of your characters, right? And you have to tell me the character and the move they're performing, right?
Okay.
So
I guess we're doing this now.
let's start with a simple one first, just to get your feet wet.
Yep.
So what is this one?
Pyramid Head down strong.
Nice. Okay, this was the hardest one.
I know you're lying.
Just to show you, but yeah, you are correct.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It was very fun to animate.
You cannot try to hide his silhouette because of the big pyramid. It's impossible. I tried.
Yeah. It is literally impossible unless you remove the head entirely.
Yeah. So okay, here's another one. Now the next one's gonna be a little tougher.
Um. Oh, that's Duracine N special, I think.
Oh, I'm gonna give you another chance. It's not the Rasenay.
Damn it! Oh no!
That's a good guess. That's a good guess.
Oh, it's Ganondorf. Never mind. It's Ganondorf down strong. I'm a dingus. Yeah,
You are correct.
should have
I'm not gonna
should have seen it.
ask is gonna with the trident or not because they're the same.
Yeah,
You just
it's the
changed
same move. Yeah,
2 pixels
yeah,
on the on the
yeah,
trident.
yeah.
Okay, so here's this one. I love because most of your characters have an attack that really covers them with a lot of stuff, a lot of spikes.
Oh, that one's easy. That's Danyaku. That's Danyaku air down special sword crash.
Perfect. You are correct. Nice.
That move. That move was pain.
I can imagine
I
that.
probably would not make. Donnie DE will definitely not have that move.
Oh, to be honest, I don't believe you, considering the stuff you make for your characters.
Fair enough.
3 variations for up special next time.
That move's funny, by the way, because if you do that move, it sets his stage control like a pixel too high.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it spawns the stage control slightly higher than normal.
That's really funny. To be honest, I'm
Yeah,
guilty of that. Ganondorf had that for his trident for like over an
yeah,
year until I fixed it.
yes. Stage control tools that get spawned on the ground are such a pain in the neck.
Yeah, no,
Why
they're
do I keep making characters with them?
no, you and me both, bro. They're so bad.
Yeah,
Platforming coding in Rivals. What can you do?
yeah. Such a pain in the ass, dude.
Okay,
I hate it.
yeah. We cannot get away from it, sadly.
We really can't.
So, okay, one more. Now, what is
Yep.
this one?
That's. I'm pretty sure that's just Electrode falling.
It is Electrode, but it's also a move.
Hmm. I'm trying to think through which is it. Oh, it's up tilt too. It's the rising up tilt.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's
I
not,
think.
but it could be.
Oh wait, no, it's down strong. Never mind. It's down strong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds right.
Ah,
It's
circular.
so funny. I was trying to get a good silhouette for Electrode, but most of them, I noticed that you just change the shading for the character ID because the format is always round most of the time, right? Especially on the dash.
Yeah.
Him dashing around the place is just a orb going around the place when you're using the silhouette. It's so funny.
Yeah. Electro is very funny to animate. He's just a ball.
Yeah. So
I do think it'd be funny to try doing another just sphere again. Just another shape.
on that topic,
Damn you!
I can
I'm
cover
pretty sure
all of
this
them with
one is
just
void.
spheres.
Pretty sure that one is. I think that one's void, but I don't know which animation that is.
Yeah, it's void. I'm not gonna make you get
You're not gonna.
information because I don't even remember. I think it's
Oh,
abstract
that's.
when his fault.
I just. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that is up strong. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh my lord.
Electro
Miracle.
and Void, they have the same nair, right? I just noticed that when I was doing this.
Yeah. Electro Nair is Void Nair without the finisher hit, essentially.
Nice. That's how you make a gem character in time.
Yeah. I was. Yeah, that was the main consideration with that move. Also, because the initial concept I had for Nair just didn't end up. Like, Delta and I were racking our brains around it, and I just said, okay, let me do something funny. And then I just gave him that, and we are like, cool, this works.
I mean, it works. And also, Double Team as a reference is really cool. And it feats Electrode
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. Electrode very explicitly was designed around every attack. Well, most every attack being a reference to a move it can actually learn, which was a fun challenge to do.
No,
I
that's
tend to
good.
do that with the Pokemon I make, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a good way to make Pokemon, I feel. Make Pokemon rivals.
Yeah.
So, okay, so the
Yeah, absolutely.
platforms are going to be a bit tougher, I hope.
Oh
So,
no.
what is this one?
Photo forward special.
Oh, man. Yeah, he's your favorite, right?
I recognize that one instantly.
Yeah, there it is.
That move is really fun.
It is a super fun move. I really love how he lunges back before he goes for the attack. It's really fun.
Yeah, it was loosely based off of Slayer's Dandy Step from the Guilty Gear games, but obviously not entirely. He doesn't get multiple options out of it. It's just the one slash.
Hmm.
But still,
Yeah,
I wanted him to have a slippery move he can use to force to dodge something and then punish it afterwards.
it is okay. So here's another one.
That would be Luminance Up Special.
Yeah, you are correct. I thought this one was gonna throw you off, but I think it's way too. The funny thing is, even the non-silhouette version, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's just a rectangle.
Yeah, if you don't know the character, it's not gonna help you.
Yeah,
So okay, so now this
Luminance.
final one. Now this is the last one. I hope this is the toughest one because yeah, you're gonna see it.
What? I am forgetting this miserably. Oh no. Oh no. Hmm.
This one is so misleading. I love it how it came out.
Oh good god. I am actually having a really hard time. Oh no. Oh no. Hmm.
If you wanna hint,
No,
just let me know.
sure, give me a hint.
Okay, it is an OC character.
Okay. Oh, it's Vacna. God damn it. It's Vacna up special.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. Without all the visual effects, I got lost. Yeah.
It's so good. It looks like I don't know an octopus. You know?
Yeah. I see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at Whole Horse for context. I had pulled up Whole Horse. I was like, that's not correct. But yeah, that move was also interesting to animate. It's very explicitly based off of Greninja Up Special, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was trying to find a good silhouette. When I tried this one, I was like, oh man, this one's perfect. Like you should have used this one. You should have used this one for this Platoon teaser. I'll be honest.
I did use a very evil teaser thumbnail for him though. Like Wagner's one was I purposefully chose a silhouette that was outright impossible to guess for anyone who didn't know what the hell I was cooking up.
Man, I love making silhouettes to throw people off.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
I'm aware.
really good.
You make some evil ones.
At some point, you're gonna make the silhouette be the actual character, and no one's gonna believe it. You'll see.
Albert Wesker for the From Mario Jam.
That one was so good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that one's
yeah,
very funny.
this was all the silhouettes. You really know your characters. I'll be honest. This
Yeah.
one.
The curse of having to stare at them for hours on end.
Yeah, I get that. So okay, so a couple more questions. Now
Yep.
outside of workshop a little bit. Uh, so I know you're a big fan of Souls likes, but aside from those, what are some other games you are a big fan of?
The big genre I particularly tend to play a lot of the time are platformers. I really enjoy platformer titles in all their various forms, from like roguelikes that play with platformer mechanics to Metroidvanias I tend to enjoy a lot. I've enjoyed a lot of 3D platformers over the years, and obviously more traditional 2D platformers. A lot of my favorite games of all time fit into the 2D platformer genre in particular, such as Celeste, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, um, that, yeah, like those two are probably the biggest two in 2D platformer genre that I love to death. But
Yeah,
there are plenty of others I really love.
they're some of my favorites
Hollow
as
Knight
well.
and Silk Song. Yeah, Hollow Knight and Silk Song I really like, obviously. I've loved Pizza Tower and Anton Blast. Those are both a great time. Kind of just I like platformers. It's just a genre I've always loved.
Makes sense. Yeah, Quite a crazy contrast, platformers and darks and souls likes, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. What do you mean Souls likes are platformers, right, guys? Right?
Okay, so at this
With
point,
how much they try to, with how many times they try to make you do platforming.
oh man, yeah, Bed of Chaos. We should make that a stage at some point.
True.
Oh man, we
Uh,
don't, we cannot let Vivi know about that. About the boss.
oh God, she would. I think. I think Vivi would kill me in the street.
So you're telling me you like Souls likes and platformers. So you're telling me the
Yeah.
next character you're making is Crash Bandicoot.
Whoa!
Crash Banuka.
You say that as if I don't make that joke all the time to my friend.
It's Crash Banuka.
It's my favorite game, Cash Manuka 2 Green Guts Steakhouse. Let's go, baby.
So good. So okay, aside from platformers and Souls likes, I also know you're a big fighting game guy, right? So
Yeah,
always sneaking fighting game references in pretty much all of your characters you animated. What are
yeah,
your favorite
basically
fighting
all
games?
of them. Well, that one's easy. It's Skullgirls.
Hmm.
That one is genuinely probably the most influential game in terms of what I do. It's the game that got me interested in animation in general.
No, that's awesome.
Love the style, love the gameplay. The characters are all great, very fun, expressive, and interesting. It's just such a great time, and the fact that it kind of just kept going is
Hmm.
also amazing. That game came out in 2012.
Oh
Dear
man,
lord.
crazy. The last DLC was, I don't know, a couple of years ago.
Yeah, the last DLC was on the 10th anniversary,
Oh man, that's crazy.
2022. Yeah.
Mhm.
Ended it with probably the best character they could have ended with. So, yeah. Really love that game. I also
Mhm.
tend to enjoy anime fighters a lot, like Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, Persona 4 Arena, the
Mhm.
Melty Blood, Under Night In-Birth, all that jazz. Have sunk a lot of time into that particular subset of fighting games.
That's
Never
awesome.
got good at them, to be clear, but I've sunk in a lot of time looking into them.
Yeah, oh, that's fair. Ooh. I mean, although it is funny, you add references to fighting game for those fighting games in your characters, but you never really made a fighting game character, right?
Yeah, definitely not. I've had a lot that as I said earlier, I have a lot that I've mulled over in terms of fighting game characters, but I've never committed to doing one
Mhm.
outside of Go Lucky and Whole Horse. Like those two technically count as that.
Yeah.
Go Lucky is pretty explicitly based off of Happy Chaos from Guilty Gear Strive, while Whole Horse is a moderately direct translation of how he works in JoJo's Heritage for the Future.
Ah, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
I
cool.
definitely want to do more though. Absolutely.
At some point, I need to play
Like,
some of those fighting games so we can collab on one of those characters. I
yeah,
really want to
definitely.
collab on a KI character at some point, Killer Instinct. Maybe one day.
Oh boy, KI. Oh dear lord.
That'll be awesome.
KI is a deep hits of really cool character ideas and really unique game mechanics. It is such an interesting little oddity in the fighting game space. It's plays like nothing else.
Yeah. I really wish they released the game for Switch or Switch 2 at this point. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you'd think with how Microsoft has been going for the past few years, they would have already, but no, that didn't happen. It is fully available on Steam though,
Yeah,
so
that's
that
good.
is definitely the best way to play it, or one of the better ways to play it at least.
Hmm. Actually, something funny. So you add
Mhm.
fighting game references to other characters, right? So even Pyramid the Head has a couple of those.
Yeah,
So whenever you make
Pyramid Head.
a fighting game character, you have to add references to non-fighting game characters.
Not when it comes to fighting game. If I'm porting a fighting game character, actually, hmm. Not most of the time. If I'm making a fighting game character, I just look at the fighting game source material they came from, if at all possible.
They usually have
Not
some references,
entirely.
right?
Yeah, usually they do. Sometimes they don't, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. Actually, wasn't Suako in a Toho fighting game?
Yeah, she's in Hiso Tensoku, which is the first of the first major series of Toho fighters.
Got
Admittedly, her moveset is kind of the odd one out there. She does pull moves from other fighting game characters.
it. See, that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking
she's
about.
got she's got some moves from she pulls most of her moveset is pulled from that, but then she's got some moves from Smash, like Greninja up smash and Corrin's pin kick, as well as a couple other just direct fighting game nods, like her forward strong, which is based off of a move from a character from Grand Blue.
So one thing I always do, which I already mentioned this before, but whenever I play in a join new game, I start crafting how that character would work as a playable character in workshop, right? On
Yeah,
that note, what are some fighting game characters you'd like to see and perhaps make in Rav's workshop? Like specifically fighting game characters.
time to pull up my pile. So, some of the big ones I can immediately point out off the top of my head. Big one that I'm currently kind of mulling over is Black Dahlia from Skullgirls. She is one of the She's basically grenade launcher wielding assassin cyborg who focuses heavily on a unique ammo system where she essentially equips different bullets that she can fire off with her main projectile special, which would like for example, by default she fires arcing grenade rounds, but she can swap them out for a buckshot shotgun blast or a laser beam or an ice shot that freezes you in place or a fire shot that lingers on the ground or a lightning shot that stuns you. She's got that. Like she's basically a character focused heavily around strong long range and mid range presence coupled with a lot of cheeky setup shenanigans to let her be very powerful at a variety, like make herself more powerful as the match goes on.
Nice.
Really cool.
Yeah, love her
Like,
design as well.
yeah, she is such a good character design. She's also insane, which helps.
Nice.
um, Another big one that I've shown you at multiple points is Shumo Gorath from Marvel vs. Capcom. Um, love this freaky weirdo. He's up there as one of those characters I am
Oh, yeah.
very much down to make. I really like how he plays in the Marvel games. He's definitely never been that great, but he's got a very fun style, and I really love how weird he is. And I really want to translate that particular feel into a fighting game. Plus, they're into rivals. Plus, there's some room for gimmicks with how some of the specific mechanics work.
Yeah, I can see that. Also, it would
Yeah.
be hilarious, and we're just talking about this before, but we have no Marvel characters in workshop, and then you drop Shumar Gorath, the only one.
Yeah.
That's
The
gonna be
most
finally for
workshop
me.
move possible.
Exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
you think you're gonna get
Another big
Wolverine, Spider-Man? Nah, Shumar Gorath, baby.
Yeah, he's not even coming into the next Marvel game. Pain.
Maybe
Another
he's gonna
fighting game
be a
character.
DLC in
Yeah.
Tokon. Who knows?
No, he's a stage background element.
Oh, he is. Oh, I missed that.
He's in the background of the stage they showed the game off with initially.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe we
like he's
can get
just
some hopes of
pumped up in the
Afonso is gonna replace him, just like in Smash.
baby. Another fighting game character I really feel up to potentially tackling at some point would be one of my personal favorite characters from the Blaze Blue series, Jubei, who is speedy samurai cat who focuses heavily on chaining special moves together and going with relentless high speed offense.
Nice.
Like his whole shtick is he's got forward advancing claw slash special that can be chained into all of his other specials for a relentless barrage. He focuses a lot on multi hits, quick movement, lots of tricky shenanigans that make it difficult to get him off of you once he's in.
Nice.
In general, he's just a character I really, really love. I really like this guy.
It's really fun. Like if you didn't tell me, I would assume this is an OC from Rivals. They fit really
True.
well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he is one of the longest standing characters in the Blaze Blue storyline. Not in terms of the games. It took him. He was the last character they added to Blaze Blue in terms of actual playable character additions,
Oh
which is
man.
really funny considering he had been there all the way since the first game.
Imagine the next Smash Brothers. They're gonna make Mario DLC, you know.
Oh god, no. Here's
You guys
hoping they
wanna
don't.
see Mario's DLC? I have a new video on the channel, guys. The top 5 Marios in Workshop.
Oh my lord. Yeah, there's quite a few of them.
Mhm.
Yeah. One final thing I want to experiment with in terms of technically fighting game representation. Admittedly, it's kind of just a series in general that isn't fully fighting games, but I want to do another JoJo character again. After Whole Horse, I've wanted to experiment with JoJo's for a while. There are plenty in that particular series I've wanted to do, but
Mhm.
I think to point out one that I've done recently, one that I made a sprite for recently that I want to do, it'd be Okuyasu, the resident friend, like best friend character of the part he's in, whose main ability involves erasing space and then using that erased space to either just absolutely obliterate people or to teleport. Like he's a big, like he's a slow bruiser who teleports, which is really funny.
Is he playable in
Also, he's
the
a big
old
dumb
JoJo fighting
stupid
game?
idiot. Yeah, he appeared in All Star Battle, which was the more recent JoJo fighting game that came out.
Ah,
He
gotcha.
was not in the older fighting game Heritage for the Future.
Mhm. Yeah, all of them would be super cool. That's the thing, right? I
Yeah,
have
I've
so many
made.
ideas and so little time.
Yeah, that's really the big problem. I just a lot of the time I have to hyper focus on one project. It's really hard for me to do more than one at once.
Yeah, tell me. I have like, I don't know, 15 characters in development.
Yeah, pain and suffering.
Yeah, but man, it's so fun to get these characters out.
I agree. Yeah.
So, okay, on the topic of characters, uh, is there any game or character series you like, but you don't think they could work in as a playable character in Rivals?
Mentally, I'm unsure on that. Effectively, you could make most things work in the context of Rivals and get away with it pretty reasonably. Um, like, I
Like maybe there's a character
think,
you
like,
struggle to think of a moveset, you know?
yeah, like there are definitely some that fit that category, but I'm admittedly kind of drawing blanks at this exact second on some. I think if I want to point out one, it would be a recent indie game I played through. I say recent as if I didn't last play it a year ago at this point. Um, Game called Leica Aged Through Blood. It's unique Metroidvania. It's a unique explorative, grim, post-apocalyptic themed Metroidvania where the entire basically you are exploring the post-apocalypse, riding a motorcycle the entire time, and the game controls as if you are riding a motorcycle the entire time.
I mean, it can work. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Like, you move forward by holding down a trigger as the accelerator, and you move your character, the control sticks are used to aim your gun and to rotate your vehicle.
Damn. So like a twin stick shooter almost.
Yeah, kinda. Except the second stick is being used to block bullets with a motorcycle.
That's awesome.
It's
Man, I gotta check
a
that out.
really fun game, but also if you wanted to capture that particular gameplay aspect, you would have to basically make her play control completely differently to literally anything in Rivals, which would be a bit much, to be blunt.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's a great answer.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite games I played last year.
I think you actually brought it up to me in the past, and it's on my wish list. I think I gotta
Yeah,
play it at some point. Again, aside from so many characters, so many games to play.
yeah, definitely.
So, aside from games, what else would you say you are a big fan of?
Really, the only like the main thing I do outside of playing games really the main thing I do is just read manga. Like that's kind of the main thing I do on my free time outside of working on characters and playing games.
Mhm.
Just reading whatever the hell. I don't have any particular recommendations I can give. I just read what I feel like.
Nice.
Like my equivalent to doom scrolling on YouTube is well, doom scrolling on YouTube, but also just scrolling through a manga website. That's really it.
I mean, that's pretty
Really
good.
funny.
That's like more like, let's say, healthier than just being on Instagram
Yeah.
all the time. At least you're reading,
Yeah.
appreciating art.
Yeah. There's some really good series I've read, but yeah. It's admittedly kind of hard to keep track of them all because, oh my lord, I read too many of them. There are so many I read through on a constant basis.
Yeah, I imagine. So I
Yeah.
think this also covers our last question, which is, do you have any
Yeah.
other hobbies aside from the manga and games?
Probably the only other hobby is just taking walks. That's about it.
Ah, that's a good one. Yeah, great to space out your mind and healthy as well.
Mhm.
So, Siri, I don't know how to close this off.
That's a mood. That's a mood and a half, dude.
So, okay,
Uh,
let's end with this one. If you can review a
mhm.
couple of projects you are currently working on for the people who are watching.
Oh, I definitely can. Last, so during the Suwako trailer, I of course teased one of my current genuinely massive pile of upcoming projects. That being Big the Cat. Big the Cat is currently admittedly stuck in limbo a bit right now, but he is a planned character I am going to get started working on when I get a better opening to do it. I am really excited to get this character underway. Big body, kind of zoning oriented character who focuses on some silly setups utilizing Froggy as a stage control tool.
Hmm. He's gonna be so
Couple
cool.
that with some, yeah, like he's one of the big projects that is actively in the works. Another character that I have in the works that I kind of teased a while back. I ended up doing a poll for characters from Hollow Knight Silk Song I wanted to make in the future, and I can confirm I have committed to working on the one that won that poll, which is Lace,
Yeah, he looks so cool.
resident sentinel of Farloom herself. What a prick. um yeah, she's currently under active development right now, being set up as a very straightforward and simple sword fighter, but with her own flair of with a planned offensive enhancement gimmick that
Mhm.
will hopefully make her more dangerous under certain conditions if you play your cards right.
Nice. Yeah,
Currently having a lot of fun making her though.
she feels like Marth in a way. I really like.
Yeah. Like that's definitely a bit of the vibe with her. Admittedly, I might play more into her having tippers because right now the only move that has tippers is her forward tilt.
Gotcha.
But yeah, like she's currently the main active project I'm on right now.
So you're telling me this is
And
coming out like 1 week, considering the
no,
speed you work.
give me at least a couple weeks, dude.
That's fair. Yeah.
Admittedly, at the
Probably
pace
the
I'm
case.
going, it would not surprise me if she's done by the end of the month. But
Mhm.
who knows? We'll see how it ends up going.
Actually,
And finally, to offer one more character that is actively in the works, or at least passively in the works.
mhm.
Um, this is one I haven't shared anywhere outside of backroom servers,
It's not a
but
friend character, right?
an Eldritch horror, have an Eldritch horror, Unravenge. This is a character this is a character I've slowly been working at because look at him. He's being set up as a very tall, lanky, long limbs zoner who focuses heavily around a gimmick that he basically gives himself can empower his general toolkit by just remaining relentless on his offense and landing specific tools that give him access to a lot of powerful options while he's got his buffs up.
Yeah,
Generally with a big focus, also just a focus on being weird and quirky in a lot of
character
specific
to
aspects.
rival Koto, right? Man, look at that.
Yeah, definitely. Complete with the ability to just fly whenever you press the double jump button.
So we have Luminance,
Yeah.
who with a double jump just walks, just stays grounded, and now I have double jump, it just flies.
Yeah. Admittedly, I really love experimenting with weird movement tools. It's something I always kind of try to do if at all possible, and it makes
Yeah,
sense to do it.
that's nice as well.
Ingram's probably the big example of that, obviously. That dude's dash is like nothing else on Workshop at this point. Yeah.
So you're
Outside of them, though, yeah, I don't really have anything else I can directly share due to them being more private.
yeah.
I will say, as I do have something in the works for the upcoming Delta Tail Soul Survivors collab that Soka has been compiling together. It is my end of the project is basically done, so
Mhm.
whenever it happens, you will see damn well what I've been cooking up there.
Ooh, nice. I actually don't know about that one. That's exciting. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And you
Been
also
keeping a
made
secret
a
from you.
character recently, right? Chum.
Yeah,
If you can
that'd be
talk
Chum.
a little bit about it, about it.
Yeah. So Chum was a character I kind of just decided to start making on a whim for the funnies. He's very much set up to be. I wanted to make myself. Basically, I wanted to get a character out in time for Halloween as a partially as a challenge, partially as a oh dear lord, I don't have anything ready that oh god, oh fuck. So I ended up starting work on him and finished him up in the span of 2 weeks. Why did I do this to myself?
Oh man.
He ended up being one of my favorite characters to work on, though. His moveset is simple yet really fun with how he ends up working together as just a very aggressive but straightforward rushdown character that's to get in and murder people.
Sometimes that's all you need, right?
Yeah.
We like to make these complex characters, but sometimes you just need a fast lad who can rush down you like crazy.
Yeah. It's very much the vibe I was trying to go with. I also really wanted to experiment with the idea that his gimmick provides of basically applying a status effect that boosts his stats directly as long as it's up, which ends up resulting in him being really, really volatile. He gets that stage control up, you are probably going to suffer.
Yeah, makes sense. That's so cool how you implemented that, the design.
Yeah. He's up there as one of my favorite characters. I've like of the three characters I made this year, I kinda can't really specifically say which one is my favorite. Chum is definitely up there as one of my favorite characters I've made overall, though.
I mean,
He's
since
really
you're
damn
here,
fun.
you have to say it's Funky Kong, right? It's on the contract.
uh, Donkey Kong is admittedly one of the characters I've been playing most frequently as of late, though, obviously.
Fun. He's so much fun.
This year, admittedly, has been the year of me releasing more stubby, aggressively leaning characters, though, with
Yeah, that's true.
Funky, Suwako, and now Chum back to back,
You need to
essentially.
make a new Pyramid Head or Bullet Hunter again with a giant sword.
Oh, oh no. Oh, good lord. Yeah, definitely.
So I say that's here, at least for the this little
Yeah,
talk show we had. I hope you enjoyed this talk. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun to make talk to you.
absolutely.
And I hope you enjoyed the conversation, also the little game with the silhouette.
Yeah, I'm always down to yap and yap and yap. So
No
it was a
problem.
pleasure to come on by.
So, have enjoyed this little chat we had. If you guys enjoyed this, please let me know down below. Who else you like to see being a guest here on the show? Please let me know. What also perhaps you have any suggestions for stuff we could talk about, questions, or even mini games we can have. Please let me know down below. And again, thank you all for watching, and thank you for being here with us as well, sir.
No problem. Always happy to come by and yap and yap. It's what I do.
Nice. Thank you very much, and I see you all next time.
Cheers.